Okay, are we live? Hello, YouTube coin community. It's me, Robert, with CoinTalk. Guys, we got a couple different topics today. One's going to be how does the price of silver affect the coin collect or your coin collecting now and let's say down into the future. Also, David's going to take and he's going to talk about the Jefferson Nickel series. Then after that, we're just going to have open free talk. But for right now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to Brad, and we're going to have Brad give the news on the latest, uh, the latest shows, coin shows showing up in your area. Sorry about that, Brad.
That's okay, Robert. We don't expect much more out of you. It's fine. So, everybody, it looks like today the Whitman show in Baltimore opened. So, if you're near Baltimore and you want to go to a nice big show, hop on down. On the 15th and the 16th, the Augusta Coin Show in Grovetown, Georgia, and also the Central Valley Coin and Collectible Show in Modesto, California. Hop on down the coast and have a good time. On the 16th, the Fort Myers Coin Show, Fort Myers, Florida. On the 17th, the Nashua, New Hampshire Coin and Stamp Show. Columbus Sunday Coin Show in Hilliard, Ohio. The Onondaga, I can never pronounce this one, Onondaga Numismatic Association Coin and Currency Show in Liverpool, New York. If any of you are from New York and can pronounce that, let me know. The Buffalo Numismatic Association Coin Show in Cheektowaga, New York. The North Attleboro Monthly Coin and Collectible Show in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Also on the 17th, the South St. Paul Coin Show in South St. Paul, Minnesota. And the Fort Lauderdale Coin Club Monthly Show in Plantation, Florida. Coming up on the 22nd through the 24th, it is, Kevin, I have it here. I have it now. It's the Michigan State Coin Show in Warren, Michigan. I asked Kevin more about that one. He'll be there taking your money at the door. And let's see, on the 23rd, the Carroll County Coin Club Show in Westminster, Maryland. The Sumter Coin Club Coin Show in Sumter, South Carolina. If you're a Yankee Duck, they're going to shoot at you. North Dakota Annual Coin Show in Fargo, North Dakota is coming up. We missed the 2 days of summer in Fargo, so we're straight into winter now. The 23rd and the 24th, the Carolina Coin and Stamp Show in Raleigh, North Carolina. On the 24th only, the Ohio Coin and Collectible Show, Westlake, Ohio. Palm Beach Coin Club Monthly Show in Green Acres, Florida. The Old Bridge Coin and Currency and Collectible Show in Old Bridge, New Jersey. The Peatone Coin and Currency Show in Peatone, Illinois. The Trevios Coin Show, Trevios, Pennsylvania. And rounding us out for this week, the New England Sunday Coin Show in Devers, Massachusetts. I think we're going over to Kevin to see which shows he has that I didn't.
All right, well, hey, looking over at CoinZip, we have the Greater Jacksonville Coin Club show on November 14th to the 16th. So it's going on now. Hey, Florida, you got a show. Way to go. All right. Going on tomorrow, the Hidalgo Friday Night Coin Show in McAllen, Texas. That's a unique one, man. Going on 15th through the 16th, the Northeast Alabama Coin Show in Gadsden, Alabama. I think you already did that one, though. So, let's see here. Crescent City Coin Club, New Orleans Area Coin Show in Kenner, Louisiana. For the 16th, we have the Northwest Valley Coin and Card Show in Phoenix, Arizona. The Grand Rapids Area Coin Show in Granville, Michigan, which that's where I'll be on Saturday. The Roseville Coin Show is happening in Roseville, Minnesota on the 16th as well. Big Flats Coin Club Show in Big Flats, New York. For the 17th, I believe you already got Hartsfield, but Fort Lauderdale Coin Show is going on in Plantation, Florida. Cicero Berwyn Coin and Stamp Bourse in Berwyn, Illinois. Also, the 17th to 31st Holiday Coin Show sponsored by Tazewell Numismatic Society in Perkin, Illinois. The Redford Coin Show is happening in Livonia, Michigan. Another show that I will be at this weekend. The original Omaha Coin and Collectibles Show will be in Omaha, Nebraska on the 17th. Blue Ribbon Coin and Card Show for Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio. You know what? I remember some Maxwell Klinger being from around there. Also, this Sunday on the 17th. And the Tri-State Monthly Coin and Stamp Show in Langhorne, Pennsylvania on the 17th. And we got the spot prices with David.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm going to give you some precious metal spot prices as they are on Kitco right now. Gold down $3.70 to $25.69. Gold's been taking a hit this week. Silver is up 15 cents to $30.55. Platinum is currently up $2 to $947. Palladium is up $6 to $959, and these are all per troy ounce. And lastly, rhodium is down $25 to $4,950. One side note today, there was a mint release with the gold flowing hair coin, the dollar coin. I believe it sold out in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So I think that's going to be a popular coin. So Robert, back to you.
Okay, so back to everybody, and welcome, one and all. We got, well, of course, David. He just did the gold and silver spot prices right beside him. Kevin, coins making sense. Right below me, we got the beautiful Nick from Nick's Coins. Then we got just plain Brad, which we don't want to go too far into that. And then, but how did man, we got two roses and the thorn right in the center. How did we do that? The beautiful bees on the other side of Brad. Like I said, Brad is, yeah, that's what, you want a thorn stuck there or what?
No.
I will say, well, shoot.
I like what your thing says underneath your name, Kevin. Dansko Herder. That's funny.
Yeah, I was going between the herder and the whisperer, but
well, welcome everyone. Hello, Shadrach, Paul Hampton, Silver Wolverine, Frank Mons, Bill 457. If I missed somebody, hello,
Ronald.
Okay. Oh, Ronald Harris, he out there? Okay, I can only see who's right on the chat right there. I know there's a bunch there. So, hello everybody. Welcome to YouTube's Point Up.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, B.
How you doing? Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. It's nice to see you.
You look well.
Thank you. And you look beautiful.
She said she's not feeling good.
Yeah, I
RJ
don't feel
made something that disagreed with her. Too much pepper.
Too
Are
much
you
pepper.
sure it's not what's over to your in the middle here that's making you feel ill?
No.
I agree with Nick.
That's what
probably
Brad said. You guys are crazy. I don't smoke that shit. That's not the problem.
No, that's not what she said.
Oh, so you're doing edibles now. Okay.
No.
I'm saying Brad is not causing you to be sick.
Yeah, he might be
Oh,
causing me
I don't know what you. No.
I gotcha. I don't. Yeah, he keeps accusing me of smoking.
Oh
And
no, I
I-
just thought maybe he's making you feel sick.
Yeah, he might. It might be that. Look, he's covering his camera. He's such a baby. Don't be a baby, Brad.
He's a
Come on.
weenie.
Notice a blue. Just notice the cover color, and
Yeah, I
that's
know.
explain it all.
He's a baby. We love you, though, Brad. We still love you.
So I did a show this morning with Silver Wolverine. We did a mint drop. Were you guys
Nice.
surprised? Yeah, were
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
surprised about the
I
gold?
saw you out there.
Yeah, we saw coins making sense, but were you guys surprised it was a sellout?
Yes.
Same.
No.
Good for
No,
you, Nick. Good for you.
Nope.
I was shocked. So tell me
I
why?
was shocked it went so fast.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true. I knew it would be eventually be a sellout, but
Yeah, I was
Before we
figuring
got
24
started.
hours in 1 minute.
we got started and it was people in the waiting room and it was to remind me status.
No, yeah, that thing flew out faster than Superman leaving his stove on.
So tell
Right?
us what you did, Nick. Tell everyone what you did.
Oh,
In
we just
case
do a
they-
mint drop. It's just like we kind of just watch to see how fast the coin's going and who's getting who's ordering one, and
Oh,
so we just talk through it for a few minutes and
okay.
Did
We're just
anybody
watching.
that you were talking with? Did anybody get one?
yes, there was several people.
Really?
Salivate Metals got one.
Yes, I got one.
Sal got one. There was a guy named Mark that got one in the chat. So I think Silver Wolverine did a poll, and I believe it was 20%,
Yeah, it was 1 in 5.
1 in 5. Yeah. Frank, I
Really?
believe, tried to get one, if I'm not mistaken. Did anybody on this panel get one? No.
No.
Nope.
I haven't been all gung ho like everybody
never
else.
tried.
Then again, the way I tell everybody, I'm square in the silver leagues. So
Oh, I like gold. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to spend that much money on gold.
How much was it? I never even seen the price. Nothing. I never-
36.
36.40.
25.69 is what David said.
No. How much did? Let's see.
Oh,
36.40.
36.40. So then they're talking
Oh.
over $100 premium above and beyond gold.
Ooh.
What was how many days? What was the mini?
$1,000 premium.
Yeah,
Oh,
$1,000.
yeah,
Wow, you
1,000.
guys.
Yeah.
What am I saying? You're right. I apologize. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know either, Robert. That's insane.
Yeah, and they're saying that they might have chose the price a couple of days ago. That's why it was so much higher than their algorithm that they advertise.
So
Okay.
what? We knew the price as of last evening?
Pretty much, yeah. It came out last evening. I want to say around 4 or 5 o'clock, which is probably when the Mint put it out into their display case during the setup at Baltimore.
Gotcha.
What's the mintage of that, guys?
Oh gosh. 14
Seven-
something?
17,500.
Okay.
That was it.
Of that
Mhm.
coin
That's it.
just came out. Okay. That's that's
Yeah,
interesting.
it was a flowing hair gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
gonna
guys,
take-
I haven't
that's
been into it, but you guys are all into it, so that's cool. I'm learning.
See, I bought the 2009 because it was supposed to be a limit on that one as well. Then they released it and let the limit go to max, and it's like, you guys gonna be shitting me. That messed me up, and that's why I did not mess with that. Because here's another thing: are they gonna release it a second time? Frank, don't worry, you might not be out of the. You might still be in the chance of getting you one.
We spoke about that today too, that could be a possibility.
Oh yeah,
I think they're gonna do it. If it didn't sell that good the first time, how good did it sell?
It's
no,
so
that's just it. It sold out in 3 minutes, so that's what makes
Okay.
me think they're
So
gonna
why do you
a
think
second.
they're gonna do it again then, you guys?
because it was such a fast sellout.
Because it
Well,
was
the thing
too
is, they
fast,
keep-
or they didn't sell enough.
Well, they sold out of their allocation for today.
There you
I
go.
think
That's what I'm talking about.
I think that's the way to put it.
That's
Because
a
you got to
good
figure they
deal.
got some. They got some at the show. They have some for the mint stores,
right.
and I'm sure they got a couple squirreled away for a rainy day.
For a rainy
And
day.
they had some mathematician do the average.
And
so
guess
they could
what,
allocate.
everybody?
Yeah, so they could allocate how many they could possibly sell.
Just like the men, they always have the power to put that die back in the press, put those blanks underneath there, hit the go button, and start snapping them away, baby. Because that's what they did to the 09 ultra high relief double eagle, which pissed me off.
Well, it's all about the Benjamins.
Isn't it always?
Always about the Benjamins.
It's always about money.
That's
And we're in the hobby of collecting money. So, I mean, come on. It affects everything.
Conspiracy theory. Well,
no, Frank.
Frank.
It's a fact because I bought the 2009. They released the limited minis and went up from there. So now, I'm just saying it could happen here.
Mint price is set based on spot price the week prior.
That's kind of true.
It could be, Brad. There might be.
I bet Brad. I bet Brad.
Hush, Brad.
Brad probably has several come into his store.
You know what? I think we would be surprised. I bet you.
Well, Ronald, right now you should see what they're going for on eBay.
He's waiting for them to walk in with the customer.
I bet Brad.
Yeah, so they can get him below melt.
Robert,
yes.
One more thing about the gold coin that released today. There are apparently going to be 230 additional gold coins up for auction.
That's right.
The mint is putting a privy mark on 230 of those coins, and they're going to auction them through a auction house in mid-December. So you can only imagine what the price of those will be.
And they're doing it for Christmas.
I bet it'll be through Heritage. I bet.
And if it's in mid-December, it's for Christmas. You know, I mean, come on.
Yeah. They say it's on the 12th.
Yeah.
Is it at Heritage? Do they already know the auction house?
They haven't announced it yet.
I bet it's Heritage. Isn't that
the
last?
That's where the big ones are.
Yeah.
I'm betting on Stacks and Bowers.
Stacks and Bowers and Heritage are the biggies.
Okay. I'm trying to remember when they had that last mint auction where
that was the Sunrise Sunset.
Yes, but where
that was Stacks.
It was Stacks. Okay, then David, I'm with you. That's where I think it'll be.
Stacks and Bowers, you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, only because I'm going back on what they had done prior.
Makes sense.
Sounds good.
So Brad's typing, but we can't see Brad and his mic's off. I mean,
he's being childish. You know
could we be any luckier right now?
You know what? Yeah, JB. I don't know if JB's out there or not listening, but JB, a lot of people. Did you get one? Because I know. See, I know JB. He's right there in DC, and I don't know. He might have a friend or two. Because I tell you what, when those Morgans come out the first year, man, he had so many of them. It's like, wow.
Well, really? I didn't know that.
Maybe JB can come see me in Washington in January.
You're going to Washington in January?
I am, but I won't say how or why. But yes, I'll be in Washington in January.
Okay.
What the heck?
I mean, she can tell me an email.
Yes, I'll let you know.
An email.
But yes, I will be in Washington
privately. Okay. So
Brad, we got a question for you from
Brad. Are you going to come out of hiding?
He says we don't deserve his perfection. I think we need to charge him a toll to come back in.
Okay, charge him. I don't care.
This isn't free, Brad.
the mint can the mint auction currency? I think they do it all the time, but they call it a bond. But that's my opinion. So
There
Brad,
he is. There he is.
can you answer
Woo.
that, Brad? Hello, my
They can do
beautiful
whatever the hell they want.
the
Don't
mint.
pay attention to me.
I
Pay
don't-
more attention to the man behind the curtain.
Okay, I don't think the mint can auction currency. That would be the Bureau of Engraving. That department, I believe, would be the one. And I do know that they can sell currency for a premium. They do it all the time. If you just go visit the Bureau of Engraving and Printing right in their little lobby, you can go buy sheets, star notes, you name it. They'll sell you whatever's legal to own at a premium. So that's the only answer I can give you, respective.
I'm sure they do, Robert.
Oh, I've been
Everything.
there.
Steph,
I've been there
thank
a
you.
few times, and in fact, well, Amanda may not know, but I've been there a few times, and yeah, you can. I don't care what it is you want to buy, as long as it is legal for them to sell, they will sell it.
Well, Brad, did you get the gold coin today?
Yes.
Or
I
metal?
Yeah.
Excuse me, not coin, metal. I know. Don't.
No,
cut-
it's a coin.
Oh, it's a coin. Okay, this time it's
Gold is a coin. It's denominated $1.
$1.
You gotta be shitting me.
Nope. It has a
Oh,
face
man.
value of $1.
I
And
can't
sure,
wait till they come onto the secondary market, Brad. I want about 20 of them. I trade my 1 ounce gold for.
I'm
I'm
like
just
you
saying. I'm
guys.
paying double face.
Yeah, well, I'll pay 100 times face.
I'm like you guys. I just wait. I just wait it out.
yeah, it's like you had to pay 4,000 times face in order to get this coin.
It's a
Wow.
waiting game. It's a waiting game. It's a waiting game.
Or,
Brad
you
knows
know,
that.
sadly, Kevin, or if you need food,
Yeah. So it's a waiting game.
Yep.
It's
No,
always a
man,
waiting
my-
game.
Amanda Wally, you're still the queen. We love you, sweetheart. Brad, he's got bad eyesight and he's an old man. Let him have a senior moment. That's my daughter, by the way, Brad, not Amanda McCarthy.
Yeah, Amanda Wiley. There's a difference.
Thank
Get it
you.
straight. Get it straight. Yeah. By the way, hello.
Hi, Polly, and hi, freaking awesome, and Frank, and
Yep.
Shadrach.
Shadrach.
Shout
Yeah,
out to Silver
everybody.
Wolverine.
Karen Pepper. Hello. Nice to see you.
We want to welcome the guests too.
Brad, go back. Let her have a second chance at it. That's all I gotta say.
And if I could see the chat better, it probably would be more helpful. But
So there,
Be
Nick, that's what I'm
nice,
saying. You
Brad.
need to go back and let them have a second shot at it.
I'm sure she did.
You went to
Probably-
the car. You went to the chiropractor today and you're complaining.
She probably has to go to her therapist after seeing you.
Brad, how can you complain? I always feel 1,000 times better after I go to the chiropractor.
Silver,
All I can tell you is I can walk today, so I'm fine.
Oh,
there's Silver Wolverine.
there you
can
go.
help
Be
yourself.
thankful. Be thankful for that.
I
This
am.
one's for you, Brad. Read the
For the
screen.
whole panel, it said.
Oh, okay. Well,
What's his name?
I already answered it today. So, panel. We actually talked about on the program today. We talked about the currency that Brad shared with us last week, and I said I want the jackass note.
Okay, well, Silver Wolverine, just to let you know, my answer to that is it seems like on my sales, a lot of people are requesting currency, collectible currency. I think Kevin should, Kevin, he also sets up his shows. So, Kevin, if you don't mind answering it while Brad's on the phone, but I can tell you the last 2 times, in fact, I've got tomorrow at 7 o'clock right here. Come on back, Silver Wolverine, get signed up with COINTALK to purchase at our sales. I'm going to have 3 bills that I'll be selling during that sale. Kevin, what do you think? Do you have any
No, at the coin shows, yeah, no, I'm noticing quite a few people are asking for currency. And I'm noticing more dealers are keeping some at their tables. So yeah.
And why do you think? Why do you think, Kevin? I mean, why do you think?
Because
Why
we
do I
can make
think?
money
You know,
on it.
Because they're going to discontinue it is why. It's going to change. It's going to change.
Well,
It has to.
change is inevitable.
See, I'm not the only one that thinks that. Thanks, Kevin.
But in all honesty, you know what? I appreciate it for the artwork. I appreciate it for the craftsmanship and the history. And actually, just because of some of the talks that we've been having lately, I mean, I've been picking up these instead for myself.
Oh, I told you that. Those are the coolest.
Yeah.
The coolest.
And the
thing.
ANA was putting these out way back in the 70s. So
thank you very much, Kevin.
because of our talk last week, I mean, yeah, I picked up a few of my favorites. Like the Chief here, I also picked up. I've picked up the other one I have here is the $10 educational, the Enlightenment.
Yeah, that's so.
And
Hold it.
So
Hold it. They
Excuse
didn't
me.
do a $10 educational.
Oh, I'm sorry, the $5 education.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought though that.
Liberty with a light bulb holding it
Yeah,
over.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, that's the 5. But I think
that's-
they did a design for
They did a
10 that
1,
they
2, and
never
5.
made.
That's right.
I was still stuck on the Native American. It's just so awesome. You know, it's just so awesome.
No, the Chief there is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, no, I'd
Nice.
like to find the buffalo. I'd like to find the steamship, the wood chopper, stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, me
those are
too
all
now.
beautiful bills.
Thanks, Brad. Now I got to find the wood chopper and all them. Thanks.
I actually
Anyway.
looking to buy one of the gold from today, Brad. You want to sell one?
No, I don't want to break up my roll.
Because Frank needs
Well,
one.
you have a roll.
Since he
See,
was-
it's like trying to
since
impress
he-
it with its roll.
He visits you every Thursday. You would think that you could sell him one.
I don't have one.
Okay, he doesn't have one.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Oh, I'm with you there.
I
I'm with you
know.
there.
I tried.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
I tried to make him more
At
likable.
least you
but
tried, Nick.
I really, I don't have one. I find it a waste of time to go on and try to, keep hitting. I keep thinking of the Big Bang Theory when they're all sitting in the living room going refresh, trying to get tickets to
Come out of
Comic-Con.
your cocoon because you don't have to sit there and refresh anymore. You just got to sit there and be patient because if you do refresh, you're going to go to the back.
Hold it.
So get
Oh,
out
wait,
every once in a while,
stop,
Brad, and look, see
stop,
how the real world works.
Stop.
Oh my
Brad,
goodness.
Brad and patience in the same sentence doesn't work.
I
Yeah.
know, obviously, stop.
We
stop.
see that now, Nick. We see that. No,
But get out
Really,
there
you
and
can't
see
be
how-
serious.
See how the non 1%ers live, Brad.
get him. Get him. Okay, anyway. Sorry, Brad.
Okay.
You're kind of pretentious.
Oh,
You're kind of,
Why
yeah.
did you move me? I liked my position before.
He's going to the outside. That's funny. We like each other, so it's cool.
we did. Yeah. But now you have
Brad.
to deal with it all by yourself.
It's
All
fine.
by yourself.
All by yourself.
Hey, wasn't David going to talk about Jefferson Nichols today?
Nick.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's freaking awesome saying they'll just make $300 notes. Oh, no.
That's why I got rid of my herd of Springboks last week.
You're what?
My herd of Springboks.
Bird. Oh, he's just talking. Okay, so what
I
does
don't know
that
what that
mean,
means.
Brad?
I was just gonna say, I
Nobody
don't know what
knows
that
what you're talking about. Let's hear it.
That's right. I dropped a Syphilis reference this morning at the chiropractor. So they
Syphilis.
didn't get it
That's
either.
a good word too. That's $1,000 word. Keep
Yes.
going.
Okay. So
Keep talking.
what's on the back of a Krugerrand? Paul Kruger on one side. What's on the other side?
Some type of funny looking deer thingy. Hi,
A
Brian.
Springbok.
Oh,
It's a type of antelope.
well, I'm sorry we didn't
So
know.
I
the name
weeded
of
the
the
herd.
and
I
the logo.
weeded the herd last week and got rid of some Springboks.
Oh, so you sold a lot of Cougar
Oh.
Ranch last week. you
Very
just-
interesting. Nobody else is. Well,
You know
some
what?
people are.
You could have just said that, and we would probably get a lot further on.
Critters. Boston critters.
Well, Frank, that's really nice, but Nick doesn't know what a thesaurus is. She thinks it's a dinosaur that's gone extinct.
When you learn how to say it, then you can tell me that I don't know what it is.
Thesaurus.
There, well, when you can figure out how to say it properly, then then we'll talk.
Thesaurus.
You guys are making me cry. Stop. Laughing my, what off. Okay.
You're starting to look like the Nutcracker with your nice rosy cheeks there, B.
It's cracking me up. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Brad?
No,
He
let's
likes
go
to
with,
use, he likes
let's
to
go
use
with the
big
short list. What's
vocabulary.
right with me?
Is this good? Wow, or
I don't know. Brian's not used to it. Are we going to do the Jefferson Nickel talk, Robert? Let
Maybe.
David do the talk.
Tell him maybe, Brad. Or Robert, tell him maybe. Tell him maybe.
I'll leave that. Brad, I was gonna say, well, I was gonna say something, but I'm not. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be the good boy here. David, are you ready to do your talk on the Jeffersons?
I am.
Okay,
awesome.
let's do this then. Good, solo it out. Okay, Dave, I have, just so that you know, I have all your images. Now, I do not know if they're in order. I sort of kind of hope they are.
It should be.
Okay, and then I will replace the 43/2 with a genuine one when we
Thank
get
you.
to it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to take, and everybody else, if you would, we're going to mute everybody else's mics so that we can take, and so you can go ahead, just do your presentation now, and I will start the share, and we can go from there.
Great. Thank you, Robert. This is going to be a presentation on the Jefferson nickel. If you're looking for a current coin series to collect that is affordable, Jefferson nickels are a good series to start with. If you want something that you can complete, this series is very affordable. I want to thank Numismatic News and also Wikipedia for information for this presentation I'm going to give. Could we go to the image 1, Robert? I think they're numbered at the, so you go to the left. No, sir. See, they're numbered. They have names.
Oh, wait.
Image 1.
There's 3. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. In the 19th century, there was general public prejudice against portraits appearing on the coinage. This was partly due to the belief that President Washington in early 1792 had refused to allow his profile to appear on coins of this country. His wish was honored for more than a century until the time of Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt felt that Abraham Lincoln, who had been dead for nearly 50 years and had stood the test of time, historians ranking him among the best. For this reason, Roosevelt decided that the Civil War chief executive would grace the 1-cent piece and commissioned skilled artisan and sculptor Victor David Brenner, otherwise everyone knows the VDB, and Frankie, you can send me any of your SVDB pennies, please. I'll hold them for you. Brenner was the designer of the cent. The new coin was well received, but no further portraits in the regular coinage were created until 1932, when George Washington got his just reward for the $quarter, coinciding with the 200th anniversary of his birth. Franklin Roosevelt became president in March 1933, and at his first had other matters in his mind, notably the Great Depression. He was also an avid stamp collector and perhaps dabbled in coins as well. FDR's Postmaster General, James Farley, created numerous special issues, and it was not that much of a stretch to extend this interest towards coins. By 1937, the administration had decided that Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, and the third president, would be on the 5-cent piece beginning in 1938. No congressional action was required for the Jefferson portrait because in 1890, a law stipulated that coinage designs could be changed after 25 years by the Treasury without legislative action. Technically, the Treasury Secretary had the final say in the choice of designs, but in reality, the White House would have made the real decision, just as had been done by Theodore Roosevelt in 1908. Letters were sent to American sculptors inviting them to compete for a prize of $1,000 in honor of having the winning design appear on the coinage. One of these invitations went to Felix Schlag, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who had recently become an American citizen. The models had to be received in Washington by April 20th, 1938. Schlag was born in Frankfurt, Germany in 1891, the son of Karl Schlag, a talented sculptor. The younger Schlag was apprenticed to his father from 1906 to 1909 and later gained admittance to the prestigious Frankfurt School of Applied Art, where he studied under several well-known artists. Due to the poor economic climate in Germany in the 1920s, however, he immigrated to America. After arriving here, he tried several locations before deciding upon Chicago and American citizenship in 1938. Artistic commissions were not all that common in the Midwest, and Schlag determined to do his best to win the design contest. He first obtained a copy of the famed Houdon bust of Jefferson and used it to create a stunning portrait on the plaster models required by the terms of the contest. In all, for the contest, there were nearly 400 entries from artists, a few sculptors submitting more than one of plastered models. Some bordered on the ludicrous. Many were of high quality that made it difficult for the judges to decide upon the best artwork. Okay, Robert, if we could go to image 2. There you go. The judges made their decision on April 21st, and Schlag was notified by telegram of his winning entry the following day. While almost a winning entry Only the obverse had been officially accepted, and Schlag was now required to modify the reverse vignette as well as use standard Roman style lettering instead of the sans serif version that he had employed on the earlier model. On the reverse, Schlag had chosen an imaginative and especially well done side view of Monticello. That Monticello is Jefferson's home in Virginia, which unfortunately did not favor in government circles, especially the Commission of Fine Arts. The commission, which passed on all coinage design, made it clear that it preferred a revised lettering as well as front view of the Monticello. Within a short time, this had been done to official satisfaction, and the artist was paid the prize money. The Treasury formally confirmed its approval and new design in July 1938. The $1,000 prize money, perhaps equivalent to more than $10,000 today, was a bittersweet victory for Schlag. His wife had just died after a lingering illness, and the money went to pay accumulated medical bills and funeral expenses. He remarried but changed his occupation to photographer and died in Owasso, Michigan in March 1974. In the meantime, there was still public demand for nickels, and the Denver Mint struck the Buffalo design for a few months into 1938. All three mints could have done so, but the Philadelphia Mint struck the old design. It would have been obliged to prepare proof coins, and this was ruled out by Mint Director Nellie Taylor Ross. Full proof sets were not available until late 1938, although prior to 1942, collectors were able to buy individual proof coins. Coinage began in September 1938 at the Philadelphia Mint and continued at a reasonably strong pace the rest of the year. Dies were then sent to Denver and San Francisco, where striking started somewhat later. As a result, nickel coinage in these mints were lower than the Philadelphia, partly due to lower demand in the western states. After a thorough examination of the 1938 coinage, Chief Engraver John Sanook decided that certain minor revisions were in order. These changes were done to ensure that the coins struck better. Okay, Robert, if we can go to image 3. Okay. There's little in the way of variation in 1938, except perhaps the quality of the strike. But there was an interesting blunder in 1939, reverse die used at Philadelphia. The working die shifted between blows of the master hub, and the result was a very clear doubling for the word Monticello. This piece is popular with modern day collectors. In the 1970s and 80s, one of the pastimes of avid nickel collectors was to search for the best reverse strike, which was determined by the number of steps visible at the lower center of the Monticello building. There was supposed to be 6 steps, but most nickels from this period have less, and often one cannot even see steps when striking was not up to par. The coinage of these nickels at all 3 mints in 1940 and following years was up heavily over that of 1938-39 due to the rapid increase in pre-war expenditures as the nation geared up for inevitable war with Germany and Japan. Until the 1970s, collectors could easily pull nickels of these 2 dates from circulation. Let's go to image 4, Robert. After the December 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor, the start of World War II, military authorities were faced with a shortage of critical war materials, especially nickel. By the summer of 1942, the need had become pressing, and a sustained effort ensued to determine the best way to remove nickel from the coinage and replace it with something that would meet vending machine requirements. In due course, after the innumerable tests, mint technicians found that the alloy of silver, 35%, manganese, 9%, and copper, 56%, was the answer. Congressional authorization and heavy coinage soon followed in 1942. For technical reasons, Denver continued to use the old composition until year's end. Okay. The wartime nickels could easily be taken from circulation well into the 1950s, but by 1960s were not seen that often. The rise in the price of silver after 1961 made certain that remaining pieces in the marketplace would soon be pulled, either being hoarded or sold to bullion dealers. Robert, can we go to image 5? Okay, that's probably my bad one there. There we go. Thank you. The most interesting piece to arise from the war years in some eyes is the 1943 overdate discovered some years after the war. Today it brings a very good price, especially in high grade. It has the added prestige of being the only known overdate in the Jefferson series, although there were several reverse dies known with altered mint marks. War's end in 1945 meant that the special silver alloy would soon disappear to avoid having two compositions in 1 year. However, the old mixture of copper and nickel was not used until January 1946. Perhaps because of the post-war letdown, the mints did not do all that well with nickels in 1946, but in 1947, pre-war quality had resumed, and specialists find that the coins are much better struck than 1946. Robert, can we go to image 6? Yep, that's it. It's not until 1949 that the Denver Mint provides us with something out of the ordinary. The engraving department at Philadelphia, perhaps at the result of a rush order, had taken a reverse die already carrying the S mint and repunched it with the letter D. Coins from this particular reverse die are not all that common. Image 7, Robert. Perhaps the most famous nickel of these years was the 1950D. I think this is the key date for Jefferson nickels. The mintage was less than 3 million, and when word got out, several dealers made it a point to visit as many banks as possible in the areas covered by the Denver Mint to buy up the 50D. A fair number did reach circulation. The quality of striking for nickels deteriorated during the 1950s, and the 54S has been declared by some nickel specialists to be the worst struck of the coin series. Can we go to image 8, Robert? The special wartime nickel coinage was marked by the mints with large mint marks above Monticello. This oddity led to the arrest of a counterfeiter, Francis Henning. In 1955, the private minter made 1944 nickels, among other dates, but did not realize that a special mint mark was needed. Sharp-eyed New Jersey numismatists spotted these pieces in short order and notified the proper police agencies. If we can go to image 9, Robert. The date freeze of 1964 due to the ongoing coin shortage also meant that proof sets were not struck for 1965 through 67. Instead, the mint prepared so-called special mint sets, which as of late have been better appreciated as they were in the time. These sets do have superior coins in them, although not as good as proofs. In 66, because of collector initiative, the initials of Felix Schlag, FS, were added to the obverse. I think you can see it below the bust of Jefferson, FS. Thank you. Can we go to image 10, Robert? Here I thought when I started this series that there weren't a lot of changes in Jefferson nickels. Boy, was I mistaken. Beginning in 1968, Director Adams ordered that a mint mark be changed to the obverse of all coins. You'll see it right below the 8, the 1968. She also arranged for all proof coins to be struck at the reopened San Francisco Mint, taking this task away from Philadelphia. Over the next several years, the Jefferson nickel, I'm sorry, can we go to number 11, Robert? Okay. Over the next several years, the Jefferson nickel remained pretty much stereotyped, but there were some aberrations to enliven collector interest. In 1971, the mint mark was accidentally left off one of the proof dies used at San Francisco. And the few pieces that managed to leave the building were have strong prices. So the mint mark would have been right below the 1. They left it off. Can we go to image 12, Robert? The next piece of more than passing interest came in 1993 when special uncirculated nickels were included with the Thomas Jefferson commemorative silver dollar package. They resemble proof coins, but do not quite meet this grade. As with the 1971 coinage noted above, the special 1993 coins are in demand from nickel specialists. Image 13, Robert. From 1997 through 2003, there was little in the way of special news about the lowly nickel. But in 2003, Congress approved some radical changes to the nickel for the years 2004-2005. This was done in honor of the 200th anniversary of the Lewis Clark expedition to the Pacific Ocean, an epic trip that lasted from 1804 to 1806. Oddly enough, there was no special reverse for the 2006, but there was a new obverse. For the 2004, the regular obverse was used with 2 special reverses, both of which are well done and appropriate. The first, with crossed hands is taken from the 1801 Jefferson Indian piece medal reverse, which was likely designed by Jefferson himself. These medals were passed out by Lewis and Clark on their expedition. The second reverse is the keel boat. That'd be the next one. Yeah, thank you, Robert. Used by the explorers on the trip to up the Missouri, a design well worthy of being used on this coinage. Image 15, Robert. We're almost done. In 2005, not only were there 2 new reverses commemorating Lewis and Clark, but the obverse was a special 1-year only version showing the 3rd president in a new look. The first reverse with a buffalo is a rather, or probably should say bison, not buffalo, is a rather pedestrian design, but the second, with the quotation from Clark about the Pacific Ocean in view, is innovative and a distinct credit to the mint. In 2006, there appeared to be new obverse design, which is used at the present. There was an unseemly congressional debate about the new nickel designs, with legislators from Virginia acting as though Jefferson was somebody to be on the nickel permanently, no one having the right to move his portrait. Considering that Virginia had 2 presidents on the coinage, including George Washington, this attitude perhaps tells us more about Congress than the coinage. Politics. After 2005, we find a few nickels issued with special finishes, but these have not yet caught on all that well with collectors and public. Can we go to, is that 16, Robert?
It is. That's 16 there.
Okay, thank you. This must be our current image. And then could we go to 17? I just would like to show. This is what's called the Black Beauty. It was minted in 1958 and 1959, apparently. Philadelphia Mint. And the dark color apparently comes from improper annealing and or improper wrong alloy in the planchet. And last but not least, if you find 2024 Jefferson nickels in your change, probably hang on to them because they are a fairly low mintage. So thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, David. That was awful good. I appreciate that. Welcome back, everybody. Real quick, I do know, Brad, I've seen your email. I will get through that. And if you guys have any coin questions, please ask them now. We would be happy to answer any questions, so feel free to ask the question.
Is he drinking on the job?
He's showing me what scotch he drinks because I asked him.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Blue label,
No,
black
Brad.
label.
Not blue label. We need blue ribbon.
Let's go back to David.
Yeah, let's go.
Great presentation. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I'm
and
always trying to steal the
thanks, Brad,
attention,
though.
but I'm glad his mic is off.
Thank you.
Actually, David, if I can add on a little bit.
Sure.
Get him, Nick. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
This was a commemorative done by the Full Steps Numismatic Club.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Kevin. Wow.
And on the reverse,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
that is
beautiful.
this was Schlag's design.
Right.
That's
the
cool.
original.
Wow.
Wow.
It's neat.
Yeah,
Really?
so this is what we could have had.
I'm glad we don't, but it's still really neat.
No, yeah, it
I don't know about
actually
that.
is quite gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe it would have been better as far as relief goes. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I just
No.
thought I'd share that since we were
Can you-
talking
can you
about the
see it-
Jefferson
can you see it
Nichols.
on the other side, just one more time, please.
Yeah, can we see the back one more time? Yeah.
Oh no,
There
yeah,
you go. There you go, Nick. I don't know, girl. I mean, it's like the higher the relief, the more it rubs off. So, you know.
Yeah, you
It
have
is
proof,
beautiful. It is beautiful.
or you have it in matte.
Oh, they're both beautiful.
So nice.
Thank you, Kevin. That
Yeah,
was
thanks,
very
Kevin.
nice. Yeah,
Not
I've
a
never
problem.
seen those. Robert is a sore loser. What is this about? I don't think I even want to know. I don't know. Oh, geez. Who knows what's going on?
He's not allowed to show it because something he won a bet, $1 bet, so he's just trying to show his cleavage.
He has the ADD. He has ADD big.
Well,
Big
okay.
time.
So we go. Hello, I live in Canada, and they don't deal with U.S. dollar coins. They have a
Coins.
64 nickel FS, FSNM mint.
You got to ask one of these guys.
Doubling on reverse offers, still in package. Can anyone help me? Does PCGS recognize errors? Well, first off,
Yes, they do.
Priscilla,
Are you in Quebec?
they do recognize errors and varieties. And if you are saying that it is doubling on the reverse and the obverse, understand the die damage doubling that you're referencing is considered machine doubling, and it is just that, machine doubling die damage. Will they put that on a coin? I don't think so, because that's just too common. I don't believe they would. Anybody else in the panel want to reference that? Go right on ahead.
No, I totally agree. But go ahead, Brad. You're muted.
Yeah, Brad, you muted yourself. Thank you, but you can
So I
unmute
believe
it.
I think you're 100% right, sir.
Thank you. Wow.
Me
Wow,
too.
Karen just
I was
asked,
waiting.
Totally
I was
agree.
waiting.
hold
I
it.
was just waiting.
Karen Pepper just asked a question.
What'd she say? What about the
402, put it up.
Hold on.
42D over horizontal D? How did it
Okay.
happen?
Give me the screen, Robert. Because they were imbibing in too much of this
Oh my God.
when they were making the die.
That's what I have always said, Brad. I've always
So
said.
they just punched the mint mark in lying down. It was a lazy D. You know, the person
Sadly,
that's doing it owned the Lazy D Ranch in Texas.
Does
And
someone have-
Philadelphia. Go ahead, Nick. I
Does
think
someone have
Philadelphia.
an example of the Black Beauty that we could see?
I think Robert and Brad probably have one.
No,
Maybe even
I
Kevin.
don't.
Robert does, I think.
I
the Black
have
Beauty.
one, but I don't know where it's at.
He
Well,
doesn't know where it's at, Nick.
I'm sorry, Nick. I took it.
That's okay. I just that.
You will see it online. Just look it up online.
Well, I know
and
I've
it's
seen it
there.
online. I just sometimes think
Yeah.
it's nice to see in person as well.
Yeah.
But, I forget about the Black Beauties. You know,
Yeah,
it's
me
just
too.
so I'm glad he brought that up again. So I just thought we visualize, see it.
Like everybody else, you just think they're shitty. Oh,
I've got Robert. He's going to look it up, and I'm asked him to look up the Anax one that I think is a beautiful label. Man, it's like $50 to get that on your label, but it's a beautiful label.
is it?
I really wish they would have just thrown that out there. So if you happen to see this coin that you're about to see, no, the one I'm talking about has Black Beauty. It will have actual horse on it.
By the way, I agree with you, Paul. David did a very beautiful, nice presentation. Thank you, David.
Agreed.
It was very
welcome.
informative and very interesting.
Thank you.
So the home of Thomas Jefferson is actually undergoing renovations, and I think it's the first within like hundreds of years. And I believe they even found some more artifacts in the basement here recently.
I think they found a couple skeletons in the closet.
Bingo. Give me that one. There you go.
Well,
Okay.
but they're getting ready for renovation. So if you guys plan to go visit, make sure you look up online to see what you're able to see. And
Oh, here you go, Nick.
There you are, Nick.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that label.
Yeah, that's the one that'll cost you $50 to have them put it on the label for you. Because I've got many Black Beauties that are raw, and I submitted one. They'll put it on the label without that particular label, but that particular label, if you want that on your label, yeah, it costs you extra. I'm like, yeah, it's like, yeah.
That's a $50 label. Did you see how much that was?
$64.95.
$64.95.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's costing you, basically you're buying the nickel for $14, and actually you're probably only paying $10 by the time you figure your shipping both directions.
Right?
Plus, how much are they paying for the eBay fees?
Well, there you go. You're right, Kevin. Yeah, that would, I think, it's a beautiful label. If AMAX, they got to stop looking so short-sighted, in my personal opinion. They need to get outside of the box and say, hey, if we have this beautiful label, let's just get an interest. Because I promise you, if I seen that label and I can justify $5. How about everybody else on the panel?
Yes.
Yeah. But $50, $40, no. That's ridiculous.
Hey, Robert, since I knew we were going to be talking about nickel today, I sent you an image of my new purchase of a very rare 1913 Type 2 Buffalo nickel.
Okay. Just one momento, and let me get it up here. Bear with me, everybody. I love it. Hold on a second, guys.
Okay, so there's the obverse.
What is that?
It's my 1913 S Type 2 nickel.
Oh my gosh, it almost looks like you wrote on it.
I think that's what they did.
Almost.
No, okay, it does look like.
I think that's what they did.
This is the rare IBM Selectric model of the 13S Type 2 nickel.
High relief, too high relief with the date on the
Buffalo. It's an incuse date.
But you know what I mean? On the Buffalo, it was just too high relief, period. And that's why it had a problem. Anyway, go for it. So yeah, he's right. It looks like it was punched.
It's the large S mint mark too, which is even the scarcer variety.
Oh my God. I'd be like, if somebody came into my shop and brought me that, I'd be like, I don't know. Seriously. It looks like it was punched.
Good reason.
Looks bad.
I know David was talking about how the 2024 nickels are, you want to hold on to those?
Mm-hmm.
So far, U.S. Mint has only made Philadelphia 36.7 million, Denver 32.8 million.
Let's corner the market.
Let's talk about when certain administrations make coins. Anyway.
What have we here?
What is this?
It's a B coin.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
That's another art label.
Florida coin, guys.
I like it, Florida.
It's purple.
It's beautiful.
It's a little B.
There's a B on the label.
Yeah, there is.
Nice. It's very
That's
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, Florida.
Like you say, it's a little die clip right there. You can see the die clip.
Yeah, I see.
You ought to sell it for less since there's part of it missing.
Are you kidding me? That's Florida-Lina's. I ain't selling.
It's defective.
Yeah, he's not getting involved in that, Brad.
I'm not going to sell that one pen. You can't. You ain't got it. Well, you might have enough money, Brad, but you'd lose a lot, and you wouldn't pay for how much it would cost.
I would just send it to B as a gift.
It's a gift for Florida-Lina. Are you shitting me? Are you nuts?
It's cool.
I'll
Anything
tell
with
you
a
what,
bee on it,
when
I
you
like
get
it.
one, you go right on the head because Sorry Bee, that's the only one I got, and I bought it for Flora because she loves purple. So
She loves purple. I know that. It's her color.
exactly. That's why I
Yeah, she
bought it. I
loves
didn't buy it
purple.
for the bee on it. So
I don't know.
Purple
She
is a
looked
very
little green
royal
around the
color,
gills the other week.
yeah, I didn't need,
Marlena.
well,
I think Brad should just
purple-
find one that has a bee on a label and then send it to you as a gift instead of trying to give off somebody else's coins away.
She's got you
There you
nailed,
go.
Brad.
I
She's got
mean-
you nailed.
You are at a coin store.
She knows
you
men like
tell her,
you.
Nick, or him.
She knows
I've
men
ne-
like you, Brad.
I've never had a bee holder.
You know what? By golly, I must admit, Frank, you are absolutely positively correct.
know Frank, right? I know Frank. Who knows what goes on? I'm just here to enjoy the show and give my little, and that's it. That's all I do. Okay,
Still, I do
good
that
Friday.
too,
Yes,
because,
send it to me.
Ron, it's mine.
Run on, Ronald. Right on.
It's in the
You're pretty
mail. Let
funny.
us know when it arrives.
Pretty funny, Ronald.
Well, good luck with that.
I'm reading the chat and just laughing. It's funny.
We haven't got an auction going on, but Paul, you are like way far. I paid more than that for that stupid purple slab.
He's just been on it lately. Paul is just on
He
it.
is pretty witty. He's fast and witty.
And he's just like on it lately. Just,
Oh,
that's good, Paul. I'm not saying that's bad. That's good. That's really a good thing.
He's quick. Makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. All right, Bradley. I'm surprised you're so quiet.
So, David,
please, did you have to?
did you do the
I
Jefferson
know,
Cup
right,
because
Robert?
you collect those? Is that a specialty of yours?
I have, yes, I have a complete set up to 2024. Yes, sir.
And do you seek out the full steps, or do you just do nice
No.
BUs?
No, BUs, and I'll even do some XFs. Nothing,
Me too,
nothing
David.
fancy.
Don't feel bad. I do that too. I do it too, David. I feel it until I can find a better one. Okay. Yes, Robert. What are we looking at? Would you tell us what we know what we're looking at, but it would be better with an explanation.
Okay, just for you, B, because I
Thank
love
you.
that
think
is a
I see it.
1960 large. Strike that 1960 small over large date.
There you go.
And RPM, D over D, RPM number 100. Now, notice everybody and Polly Boo, just so that you know, this will be for sale. However, Paul, there's no die cut in the 6. This makes this a lot more premium example because this was the early die state of that particular variety. So if anybody knows anything about it, you might, I put it up there because I have a better example. And the guy that sold me this sold me another coin, which was a proof. The proof, I believe, is small over or large over small date, Lincoln Cent. However, that I don't care, Paul. It's a MS. I tell you what, Paulie Boo, I don't care what that scratch was under that one, because right here, MS 62.
That's the one you bought from me and said it was only worth $1 last week.
You know what? If Matt Peak was in here, he would say you're full of shit because I bought it from him.
Well, I mean, I can help you.
Ooh-wee.
There you go. Okay, Nick, you go,
Oh,
girl.
wait. Let me get my regular. Oops, I see. I take notes on these. Look. So I started taking notes.
I know, that's funny, Nick. She writes on whatever she can find.
I
That's
like
what I
writing
do.
whatever I can find. That's why I always have to make stupid cards week after week. And I thought I was
Okay.
being awesome by keeping all my cards from last week. He's gonna have to go
I'll
to the trash.
send you one of these. I'll make you one and send it to you.
Okay, but I mean, I have to have like 2 different versions because this one has the S word on it.
Come on,
Oh,
David. You're
the
next.
S word. Oh my.
Yeah. So because then
I'm
that
keeping
don't know
tally.
the S word.
and my cards are for sale. That's what I should start doing is selling my cards and I'll sign them.
There you go. There
Yes,
you
cards
go.
for Brad.
Whatever you could do. Whatever you could do to help the hobby.
Or yeah, I'll get a banner.
That's funny.
We'll hire a plane to have the BS card for Brad over his shop.
Brad, you're
Fly it
not
over.
you're not the Dire Straits type. Money for nothing,
He's
chicks for
just not
free.
having it today. He's not smiling. He's not
No.
laughing. He's
But that guy, I can't remember his
Quakers
name right
meeting.
now, was
Quakers
one of the
meeting.
best guitarists ever.
Hey,
the one
I
that
didn't
played.
say anything. The cussing though, I have counted cuss words for today, and I think Robert has the.
I did one.
and you have 2, B.
I have 2. Okay,
have
she
2.
caught me. I do have 2.
And I think
tried to
Robert
lie.
has 2, and I don't have any because when you write it, you don't say
Start keeping a tally because I hardly ever do it.
No,
That
you
would
didn't
be
get
Mark
one.
Knopfler.
it. I'm just teasing. I really didn't have them counted up. I was
That's
just.
funny, but she got me with 2.
I did get you with 2.
Oh man. I usually never say anything, and I said twice today. She's right. Dang it.
I would like to ask everybody out there that's in chat right now a simple question. Has the price of silver and or gold
Yeah.
affected how you're collecting coins now, and or will it affect your coins moving forward into the future? So if people would like to make comments, it'd be nice to know. B, did you want to extrapolate upon that? Because I know you brought that up. So if you'd like to,
Just a little. Just a
okay,
little.
well, go right on ahead, sweetheart. That's the
Okay.
whole idea. So
All right.
you're
So-
up. You're the star.
So there's been a bull market. There was a bull market from 1971 to 1980, and gold went up 2,700%. Okay, then there was a bear market from 1980 to 1999, where gold went down from 800 to 50.
Yeah.
So it's been very interesting. There's actually been a third bull market in gold history where, going back to 1971. So it's very interesting what's going on. So before 1971, gold was used as money. I'm sure you all know. And the dollar was backed by the gold, the gold standard. So the dollar was fixed to it. So it's been fixed to it. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to affect it, you guys. It's going to affect it huge percentage. Let me find my other notes that I have to say about this because I really do have a lot to say about it. So everyone knows what market is, right? The bear market and the bull market. Do you guys know the difference? I might want to just go over that real quick. The bear market is the opposite of the bull market. And the bear market is, let me give you the official definition. The bull market is the stock market where the majority of investors are buying, causing overall stocks and prices to rise 20% or more gain. And then in your bull market, wait, that was the bear, or the bear market is the complete opposite. Okay. So I don't know how many of you guys use or, are into the stock market, but it has anything and everything to do with our hobby. If you don't think it does, I don't know where you are, because silver is very important to the whole apparatus of the economy that we're involved in. I don't know what to tell everybody. So a market is characterized by a opposite of bull market is the bear market. It's a market characterized by falling prices for security by 20% or more. Okay. So let me gather myself real quick. Okay, so as far as things are going right now, close to 500 million ounces are held by the commercial side right now. Okay. And the banks are 250 million ounces short. Okay. They're shorting everyone. And I don't think everybody knows that. So 54% is held by the banks. Okay. Of silver. Okay. So for every dollar silver goes up, the banks lose 250 million. So every time the dollar goes up, it loses more. Okay, Brad. I see you have a bull. Okay. So this is another really interesting fact I just learned. JP Morgan Chase took in 1.2 billion ounces in physical silver while they were shorting the COMEX. Okay. And I hate to TRUMP made them pay $920 million fine. Okay. Because the silver is based on the derivatives market. I probably should have tried to do a little bit on that. So you guys, I don't know if you guys know what a derivative is. So I don't know if I can explain that. But anyway, here's another interesting fact. 170 to 180 years, they've been manipulating the price of silver. So it's kind of like we're lucky to be alive right now. We're going to get to see it change. It's going to change, everybody. It's going to be incredible when it happens. Okay, let me give you a little history. Since 1987, the Bank of England, Britain's, whatever you call it, I can't even see what I wrote. Oh, Britain's central bank began supervising London's gold and silver markets. And the central banks created promissory notes trading of gold and silver, which made them, by central banks, which created promissory notes, which made them virtually a virtual asset. Do you guys understand that? I don't know. I could try to explain it better maybe next time. So to set the price of gold and silver. So that's how they set the price of gold and silver. And London traded at 2.5 times to 3 times the annual of gold and silver production. So that's how they've been cheating, you guys. They've been cheating everyone. The derivative market controls everything. It's really hard to explain to people, but I think you guys know. Hush up, Brad. Okay, so how they do this is they do it by above ground tallies. Above ground is how they use to account for ratio. Okay, and they've been doing this since the beginning of time. And Bradley already knows this. And it's been below 20 for centuries. Example, 20 to 1. Okay, so above ground stocks of silver and gold are equal now, believe it or not, 1 to 1. It's hard to believe. Silver is being heavily used for solar panels. So solar panels, you guys, are basically the ones that are using the most silver right now in the commercial market. So they're controlling it. That's how it works, everybody. Yeah. The COMEX, I predict the COMEX will shut down before silver hits $50 an ounce. That's my prediction.
Well, let me ask you a question, B.
Yes,
this
dear.
is a question. Because I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I've been watching the gold and the silver market, listening to a lot of specialists out there, and even listening to Brad and Mike. Mike's his partner. Mike knows a whole lot more than Brad, in my opinion. However, besides the point, I just wonder, are we going to see some kind of a reflection in gold and silver? Because also, electric cars use a lot of silver, and we know the person that uses a lot of, or that makes a lot of electrical cars. So, my question is, can they hold this puppy, or is it going to break loose, or do we have a sufficient amount to cover everything as far as manufacturing, investment, and collectibles and things of that nature? That would be my question.
Do you really want to know what I think? I really think that they are not going, like, commercial's going to take it over. We're not going to be able to get it as the average Joe here pretty soon. I mean, we're talking into like a couple year whatever from now, but I don't think we're going to be able to, purchase it after a certain point, because they need it for all those things you just mentioned. I mean, like solar panels and everything they use to make stuff with commercially.
Yeah, but no offense, you are now stipulating something that everybody on all sides of the market was bitching about, which is when Kamala Harris was talking about setting pricing standards. Well, that's similar by taking and saying, okay,
Can't
just
do that.
the serfs cannot purchase any silver. I don't think that'll float, and I think that I think that would not behoove the political.
Depends on how much is excavated and how much they find. People actually digging in the dirt and finding it. But they've been predicting the silver shortage for several years. It's been predicted for quite a while, Robert. Yeah. And
Well,
you don't even want to know what I think about gold and where it comes from. Has anyone ever wondered where gold comes from? Where does it come from? Yeah, it's not the bull's butthole. It's not. And that's not a bad word.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not the bulls.
I love
Yeah,
it when Brad talks and nobody can hear him.
yeah. Well, he's talking about the bull market being
How
up.
can you tell it's a bull, B?
When the bull goes up, gold
No, how
goes
can
up.
you tell it's a bull?
Okay, so I have a question.
Because it's horny?
No,
I think he wants
it's
to
got-
look between the legs.
because it's got one of these.
And that's not a third leg.
Now I forgot my question.
It's too short. Sorry, Nick. Sorry. They're being immature. You know how that goes. Okay.
I just
So-
always love having the bull on my desk.
I
there you
bet
go,
you
Fran.
do.
That's a good question for you to answer right there. From
Yes,
Sierra Hippie.
I would love to hear what Brad thinks about what's
What's
going
that?
to happen
How
with
high
the
does
silver
the
market.
spot price of silver
and the
have to
gold
be
market.
before we see an increase in the prices of numismatic silver coins?
Oh,
think we
it's
already have.
happening right now. We've already seen it. Yeah, exactly.
We already have seen it.
Do you
Yeah.
want me to?
Nick?
Nick? Do you want me to answer the question? Or do you want to keep babbling on?
Well, you take too long to get the answer out. Let's go.
Wait.
Go.
Okay.
Move it along.
So, what happens when the price of silver goes up so high is it basically eats into the value of the numismatic coins. So, a $100 coin doesn't go up in value, but all of your $2 and $3 coins do.
Yeah.
So, what a lot of people have done in the past, and I encourage people to do, is if you've been stacking some extra silver and different things that you've made a lot of money on, maybe it's time to trade some of your duplicates and some things like that for better pieces that you normally wouldn't buy for yourself. Just think, so the price of your silver 90% has doubled in the last couple of years, but the price for a 93S dollar hasn't, or the price for some other scarce date numismatic item you need for your collection has not doubled. So it might be time to trade some of your duplicates for something better. Dollar cost average. Okay, if you're coasting, that's fine, but it could also be dollar cost averaging, I would think.
I don't know if your dollar cost average though on numismatic coins, maybe on your bullion, but not
On
numismatic.
the bullion, but
Exactly.
trade some of your bullion related items for better items, or if you're going to buy, for example, a $20 Saint for your collection, don't necessarily buy a 24 or a 27. Buy a scarcer date that's selling for the same price now that the price of gold has gone up. So when gold was $1,000 and you're the 24s and 27s were selling for 1,100, and maybe a slightly scarcer date was selling for 15. The slightly scarcer date is probably selling for almost the same price as the 24, 27 now. So that would be a way I would look at it. I've done that in the past. I just did it recently with I traded some beat up gold that I had for something I wanted more.
Have you ever fulfilled those double eagles yet?
No, I didn't. I replaced the double eagles with a roll of buffaloes, and I ran short on the rest of it. So I'm winning on the deal because gold's gone down. But right now there's a shortage of saints in the marketplace. I tried to buy 30 the other day and couldn't find any sellers.
Robert, do you mind me giving one more opinion of what's going on?
Who could stop you, B?
You go right on.
I have one more opinion of what's going on. Okay.
You're up.
So there are 63 banks that are on the brink of insolvent collapse, you guys. The surge was driven by higher unrealized losses on residential mortgage-backed securities. Okay. So a result of rising mortgage rates in the first quarter. Okay. So this marks the 9th consecutive quarter of unusually high unrealized losses since the Federal Reserve started hiking interest rates in the first quarter of 2022.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about that.
What are those? What banks are they?
They don't necessarily specify, but they are the big ones, Nick.
And I asked that because a lot of
Bank of America, and
Bank of America is not going to be close to collapse.
No, insolvent collapse. Do you understand that? It's insolvent collapse. It's not just collapse; it's insolvent. They're gonna lose everything, honey.
No,
I hate to tell you. Yeah, and it's good. Well, okay. Well, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but I don't think so.
I'll give you $2 if you pull the pin.
And I say that because
I wish.
I wish. Be on a real one.
I mean, I'm on your side.
But I understand that, but my husband is also in banking. So
yes, that's right.
So I mean,
he's good.
Okay, let's hear what Nick's got to say.
He's your husband. He can't be too smart.
Well, he's the smartest.
That's not nice.
That a lot of, I've been hearing that for a long time, that banks are going under.
Okay.
And really, if you look at the banks that are going to be going under, it's because of how they've been conducting business, and they deserve to go under.
Yes.
These big banks right now are financially healthy. And we're not going to be seeing these banks go under. Now, maybe small commercial regional banks, but we're not talking about the big major banks.
Oh, that's so good that you're backing him up, though. And he's been talking to you about it and telling you what's a little bit. That's good. That's wonderful.
Hold on. Not Nick. I'm sorry. I meant to say B. I tend to agree with Nick because I have been watching the banking system. And Nick, I did look. A lot of people, this is for anybody out there, you can go to your bank and you can request a copy of their balance sheet. Now, I'm going to ask Nick. Nick, isn't that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. And they have to give you that information. There's also a website, and I don't have it right offhand. I didn't know if we were going to be talking about this, but where you can actually go onto this website and check how healthy your bank is. And it'll give it a rating, a credit rating, so to speak, or so it'll give you a percentage on how well they're doing in the health of that bank versus loaned amount and asset amount and deposit amount, because all of that,
I think we have a topic for 2 weeks from now.
Yes, we do. And it'd be very nice
if
exactly.
I can do that.
Exactly, Brad. Thank you very much. Because
thank you, Brad.
And I don't want it to be next week because I want to be here to hear it.
Okay. No, I can talk about the banking system and
Right on, Nick.
a lot of the banks, why they have failed and why they deserve to fail, and government bonds and the whole 9 yards. I mean, we can talk about that, but now
Awesome.
now I will be honest too that my husband thinks that eventually, it probably,
What is
they're
he
going to slow
thinking?
trickle down, and probably we will end up with 3 major banks, and then maybe eventually to 1 bank, and that would be the Federal Reserve. So, I mean, but it's going to take a long time.
No.
But what we're talking about the financial system, but we're talking about years and years and years and years to come. But it's going to be, slow, but it could end up being that.
So why does
So-
your husband think the Federal Reserve is something that we want to go to where it's a private entity?
No, it is. It's
Yeah.
a private entity, and
We
if
don't
he
want
does not.
that.
Hey,
No, we
Nick?
don't want to. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, do you
Yeah.
think you could get him to do the talk with you in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
A duel?
Yeah, I think I can try. He won't show
He's
his
super
because
cool,
of his
Nick.
profession and stuff. He doesn't want to, because he doesn't.
You better ask him
It's
that.
like the
better ask
Phantom.
him, yes.
That could be
No,
very
let Nick answer.
It's
Everybody,
like the
shh.
Phantom of the Opera. He doesn't want to show his disfigured face. Is that it?
No, he doesn't mind that, but
let Nick answer the question,
he
everybody.
does have clients and people that do watch sometimes,
I
and
bet they do.
that's his profession. And just because that's your profession doesn't mean you believe it's going 100% in it.
I would love to hear what she has to say about the whole thing. And, after talking to her husband that he's in banking, I kind of forgot about that. But that's great, Nick. That's great. And the more information you can put out there, the better. It's always better because they keep so much from us.
They may.
Really, you say that, but there is a lot of information out there.
Yes, there is. That's what I'm saying.
Again,
I
like
said that.
and I wish I had that, and I will find that website and I can give it to Robert, and he can put it maybe on comments.
Nick, hold on. Let me, Robert, share that. Hold on, I'll show you a site and tell me if this is a site or not.
This is cool, Nick. This
Just
is
bear
cool. We
with
need to
us.
know. Whatever information you
That
have to
is-
give us, we'll take.
No. This is a separate website, not from the federal. No, this is separate.
This is what I heard.
Well, yes, that's good to also go to, but this is another stable website that shows the health of banks. That's a third
Right.
party outside of this.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I may even have it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And
Nick, let me ask you a question. What
Sure.
is what is your husband's position at the bank? If you could say.
Yeah,
Vice
if you can
President-
say.
Vice President of Commercial Lending.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, he knows.
if I was him right now, I wouldn't want my face on the internet. No offense, making
No,
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't
that's
either.
why I've asked him to come on art, and I mean that's
He's
his business.
smart. No.
But he also started up. I mean, ever since he graduated from college, he's been in the banking. He graduated college, and he was like a bank branch manager. Then he was in, so he's hit every side of the bank. So that's where he's got great perspective, where he can touch on mortgages, he can touch on all of it, not just commercial.
Well, right, but the problem is with the commercial real estate being what it is right now, unless where he's at, unless it has really rebounded, right now they're in some serious.
I just want to know more about embezzlement.
So do I. I mean,
It goes on every day.
I
I
wish
can-
I
I
asked.
wish I could roll my eyes as good as Nick.
I always ask for samples, but he says I can't bring samples home.
Not allowed.
No, not
Not
allowed.
allowed.
No,
Not allowed.
be honest with you, Robert. It depends on which it's regional, whether or not they're healthy or not. Now, my husband's particular bank, they're very healthy. But also it depends on too. His bank is not owned by shareholders.
Was his bank
Very interesting. That makes
Not
a difference.
shareholder owned, and that is different too. When you don't have to, try to make the stock prices go up, or you just
So
go by
you
your
can-
assets.
So you can
Okay,
make up
well,
for the
Nick, my
loss. Yeah.
question to
Okay.
you
So
would
I understand
be
what she's saying. 100%. I understand what
okay.
she's
Well,
saying.
I'd like to know, Nick, during in the jab, did they take in? How long did your state shut down?
Oh, I mean, just as long as everyone else did.
Yeah.
Well, no. There's no such thing as long as everybody else did because.
Well, I mean, I don't remember the date.
Okay,
I
but
don't
each
remember the
state,
date. The
okay,
exact
all
date.
I'm saying is
Yeah.
each state was different. Florida got back at it real quick. Their economy's doing great. Their banking's doing good. Their commercial is
Disney
also
dollars are
pretty good.
fantastic.
Right, but
Sure.
Robert too, they were doing a lot of the PP loans and those type of loans too. I remember they were working from home and thinking banker hours. They were working on shifts for 24 hours straight to try to get those loans in for their customers. And but on the commercial side, they really didn't have a problem, and that's because of their projections as well. They didn't overextend themselves on what.
Well, okay,
Right?
fair
And
enough. And you know what? Listen,
It's
we
tricky
are
being a
talking right
banker.
now. We're talking sort of kind of too much about it because I do agree with Brad. I'd like to hear a lot about it. Nick, I did study the laws of banking. I know a lot of the Federal Reserve laws for a couple of years. And I mean, like, I know the newest law where they just changed, I think, what is it, the Dowd or something like that they just passed in
Yeah.
2011. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that if a bank goes under now, you the depositor, you could be held responsible and have what they call a bank buy-in that a lot of people don't understand. So
Don't have
I
insurance.
I would like to know more about it, Nick. So
I will ask my husband, though. I will ask him to see if he'll come on because there's clear differences between now and in 2008 as well. And he was also part of that to where banks were being shut down. And I remember him calling saying the feds are here, which we knew it was coming down. They're like, because when they start to close down a bank, the feds come in, nobody's able to leave once you lock that door, and everything is they couldn't even take a family photo home that night.
No.
In the transition period, my husband stayed on, and so that was down south. But so he's got a really neat perspective on how things, once the feds come in and
what goes on physically, what really happens.
And what has to happen for the feds to come in and shut you down, what it takes to really make it bad.
Shut a bank down, right?
Yeah.
Shut a bank down for real, which most people don't know.
In which also you have to remember, though, this was a small community bank within one's local community. So that's going to be different than a regional bank or national bank. And
it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
The bank I picked, Nick, is the same bank actually that Brad has for their company, but I took in, this was before I even knew Brad had that bank. I went to different banks in my local area and I asked specific questions to find out how many were actually following federal laws, because a lot of people don't realize this. There's so many banks, big ones, that will not or do not follow federal law, and they are so. I took and told this one young man, I said, you can go to the
it's true.
What is it? What's the name of the lawyer that takes care of your state? The surgeon, or not Surgeon General?
Attorney General.
Attorney General. Thank you.
Yeah.
I said, you can go to the Attorney General. I said, you can file a claim against this bank right now, and you can sue them because guess what? They would not accept change and transfer it into currency for him.
Yeah, well, also go see how many of these banks have class action lawsuits against them, and class action lawsuits that people probably in our chat could even be a part of. We're talking about where I think it was Bank of America. They were charging, or it was People's Bank. I don't remember which. So
it was
so many of them. So many of them, you guys. The little tiny ones that just abuse people.
Oh, the great big ones do it worse than the little ones.
You would think.
Well, yeah, in bigger volume, Robert, but I'm just talking in general. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to look too for that website because it isn't
so cool that you're gonna help us. And
Western Union was the other big bank there, Nick, that was abusing people.
Yeah,
I think it was Bank of America, though. They had a class action, but you know what? You'd be surprised.
Bank of America, Western Union. That's what I'm saying. The big ones do it too.
All of them. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo.
Oh yeah, Wells Fargo. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, well,
Wells Fargo is one of them because
Casey-
some people live paycheck to paycheck, and they can't do this kind of stuff, you know, because they
To
haven't
be-
saved, they haven't planned. Not that they're bad members of
Yeah.
the community, but they
TD
just
Bank
don't.
right now is having their own issues where they're closing a lot of branches, laying off people.
Yeah, it's sad.
But
It's
the health of
actually
my
very
husband's
sad.
bank is actually, it depends on whether you're shareholder owned or you're not. That helps.
Exactly.
So
No,
if
she's right.
if you are, if your bank's not shareholder owned, the health of that bank is probably a
She's
lot
right.
stronger.
So education, Nick,
Yeah,
is everything.
Robert, I'll send
Like
you the website.
usual, education is everything. Educate yourself on your bank. Educate yourself on finances.
So sorry, I didn't mean to get all
Educate
like,
yourself.
I do, when I see that, I see a lot of this clickbait on all bank failures. Banks are all
It's
failing. No,
upsetting, isn't it?
it's not
Yeah.
upsetting. It's just not true. It's not accurate information.
She's 100% right. I get upset because I think it's ridiculous, but it's
And then that's
legal.
what makes people scared. That's what makes them, fearful. And so,
And education is the key. You should never be afraid as long as you're educated. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid. Mhm.
but like you said, though, Robert, they can still go into their own banks and ask them for their balance sheet and see how healthy their bank is.
Which
And they
is
should have somebody within that branch too to sit down and go over it with you and help you understand it as well.
And she remembered what sparked this conversation.
What was
Robert, that was exactly what you said. That was exactly what you said.
I'm trying to
Good
take
job,
and
Nick.
educate. I'm trying to educate people as much as I can on it, as opposed to making jokes like some people on this panel.
Don't look at me. I ain't
I
joking
didn't say
about
that.
nothing. I'm 100% serious about everything I'm saying, pretty much. Yeah. Yep.
But either
Ooh,
way,
silence. Silence,
Nick,
Robert.
yeah, well, no. I was just gonna say, Nick, that would be I mean, I agree with Brad. I would love to hear, see what your husband, if he wants to come.
I'll ask him, and if not, we can go over some of the issues that we spoke with, and that way I can
That would be so cool.
have more of
Okay,
the.
but Nick, one rule I said on this podcast was if we come on.
I can tell you right now, he's not going to want to show himself. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then it's
We're
gonna
not
have to
sure
be-
we want him to show himself either.
I'm sorry, don't matter. I will not bring somebody on.
And that's fine
And
too. Just
listen,
submit your questions. If you have specific questions, submit your questions, and I can get them answered. How about that too?
there you go,
That's
Nick.
awesome.
I respect
That's
his
more than,
position. I
Sit
really do.
behind the computer, put a little post-it note over the
No,
No,
this is
well,
very
I
nice,
will
Nick.
not, I respect his opinion, Nick, to not want to show his face. I really, really do.
Exactly.
I wouldn't either if I was a bank. That's all there is to it. Brad, yeah, okay.
And that's
Grow
because
up,
he's going
Brad.
to whether it's,
Grow
it's
up, Brad.
No, I'm saying Nick should blue screen her.
well, that's what I would have him do. But I think Robert wants him to physically be on.
If
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
have to, I'm sorry,
No.
guys. The way I look at it, listen.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to the AIs out there that is saying a 1976 quarter that has been drug across the parking lot is worth $300 million, they never show their face. And that's why I said here,
Oh,
you only want
I
to
see
give
his
good
point, Nick.
factual information. And if you don't show your face, which within his case, I fully understand it.
I fully understand too.
The only thing I can say is, listen, guys, we have 2 weeks. If you guys want to listen, and I'm serious, if you guys want to listen to Nick's husband, and
I
if
would
you
love to
want to
hear.
permit that we do not show his face, and you will accept that, you guys got to send an email to us and let us know that you would be okay with that.
Awesome.
However, I hope he understands, Nick. I think you understand.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And-
she
but
could
it's-
arrange where he sits right next to you, where you
Of
can
course,
kind
maybe
of
so
see him,
they
but you
But
can't.
again, let's, I do want to ask him even about that. But if not, get your questions in. They can be answered very easily. And the reason, I'll just tell you why he while he's in his profession right now, he's going to answer honestly. Whether it's favorable for banks or whether it's not favorable for banks, and
That's all I want to hear.
and that's why he would not want to show his face while he's working in the profession right now. I don't know if
That's
that
awesome.
could hurt his bottom line at work. So
Exactly, Nick. So, that would be awesome if he wants to do it. If he doesn't,
this is
I completely understand.
bad.
Brad, stop being immature while I'm speaking, please. Would you like me to look like this while you're speaking? I mean, come on, I don't do that to you. Show some respect. Anyway, I think it would be awesome, Nick, to, he could be like right next to you. We just couldn't see him. And
Yeah.
why not? It'd be nice to ask him some questions. I have some questions for him. He's a banker, man. I never wanted to be a banker. I just like counting money.
I don't think he set out to be a banker either. I mean,
really?
no, I mean, yeah, it just fell into place and it's worked, and
that was his destiny. We all have destinies. Look at Brad's.
Well, there's banks everywhere too. So when we lived in Georgia, and he was able to, move back up here with me, it's you get a job pretty much in banking.
And then he met you. And then he met you.
Well, no, we met while I was in Georgia, but I was like, we wanted to raise our daughter up here. So when
good job.
Yeah,
good job.
It was an easy
job.
Better
place to raise children.
Yeah.
Better place to raise children. Okay, Brad, what do you got to say about all this? Nothing? Okay, that's what I thought.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Could I ask you a question about the hot new bullion coin right now, that American Silver Eagle with the star privy?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that continue to zoom up in price?
Well, honestly, I do not know, because this is the first time they're doing it. And my thought is right now it's a very hot topic, and there are a lot of people that are still after it. Now, whether that excitement stays, that is for the market to tell.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I just don't know.
Thank you.
Awesome answer.
Well, it's hard to determine with those modern mint coins right now. I mean, who would have thought today would have been the way it went?
Right.
Who knows? Nobody knows, because it's a futuristic. You have to guess. And I think that's so funny.
Star privy there.
So funny, honey. Go her. It's funny. Anyway, that's very cool. Look at that thing. 70 is just like, it's the best.
Oh, I found the website.
Aha. You can share it if you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to just copy it.
If you go down to below where it says present and click on that, there'll be something that says share screen. When you do that, it'll have a list of the pages you have up, and that way you can share the screen if you'd like.
Okay, let me see. I just lost it.
Present.
No napping allowed, Brad. No napping allowed. Everyone stays awake while you talk. So you have to stay awake while everyone else talks.
Here we go.
Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. It's like this way. Knock it off. Wait. Knock it off. There you go, Robert. He's in the middle now. Me and Nick can just like.
There, I have it in the basement.
In the base. Oh. Ta-da.
There you go.
Man, and when I went to the coin show in Sharonville, I could actually touch him. Now I can't touch him at all. I still want to little smacky, little smacky, Brad.
look and see if you can find that website.
Occasionally you need it.
That right there. Okay, you share it, please, because I want to be able to pull
I
up
do all
the.
the hard work.
Okay, can you go up and show the address, the web address?
Robert. Hi, Robert Jr.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Nick was wanting to, but go
I
ahead.
recognize his voice.
Oh, I thought that's
There
what I
it
did.
is. No, that's okay.
I
Nick.
put it in the chat.
It's in the chat now, guys. Under.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Coins Making Sense. Yeah, Coins Making Sense and CoinUp both just did it.
Thanks, you guys. That's awesome.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, that way there, guys, if you want to look up your bank, go right on ahead. Shut up, THS. We won't do
Well, and there's
that.
a lot of information on there too, where it can,
Really, you guys.
yeah, there's a lot of great information on there.
Brad's trying to tell us, guys, there's 5 minutes left.
Oh my God.
How dare he?
Read this.
What's
Oh
up
my
with that?
God. So bad.
I really enjoyed your presentation today, David.
Thank you, Nick.
Yes, sir. Very.
I thought it was great.
Thank
I
you.
thought it was great.
And I learned a lot too. There were some things I didn't know.
Me too. That you said. I'm like, oh wow. And then of course Robert corrected me.
I started taking notes on my BS Brad cards, but then I moved to the paper. So
Oh, me too. Me too, girl. It's like a bigger piece of paper, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is the beauty of doing little presentations like that, Dave. I know when I took.
I'm
when I
learning,
was-
Robert.
Well, we all learn whenever we do those presentations. So we need to take, and everybody on this panel needs to pick I don't care what the series is. And, you know, in 2 weeks, we got the presentation of Nick with the banking. So there you
Yeah,
go.
do
That's
2 weeks. Nick.
because next week, I haven't heard nobody say nothing. So next week, it's going to be strictly open discussion. You
Cool.
guys, whoever's in the chat will make the topic. If you bring it up, we will discuss it to the best of our abilities. Just understand, if you bring it up as a topic, it might limit us, but we do find the answers. And most of the people here, we got a lot of experience here. So, but that's what we'll do next week. The week after that, we'll do banking. Then after that, pick a series. I don't care which. Now, David, you just did one. I've done one. Brad's done one. We need to get Kevin, Nick, and Kevin and B, because Nick, you'll be doing the banking. So, and
Yeah,
then
I'm
after
redoing
that, we
all
can
that.
start, then after that, we can start all over again.
'Cause I definitely
So-
have an opinion.
it would be helpful though if we did have the questions, because banking can be a very broad
oh my
discussion
gosh.
too. So
Yeah.
but because you got what ESG we can be talking about when it's going into getting a bank loan now, and all
Yeah,
these
personal, private. You've got
Commercial.
commercial.
or
Oh,
we can
yeah.
just say generic too on the health of banks and why they're
Yeah.
failing.
Yeah.
And you know what, Nick? That's
And
good.
it
A
shouldn't be
lot of-
happening, but it's you know what it is.
But you know, Nick, a lot of people don't understand. They go into business, and when you go to a bank
Yes,
for a
Robert.
loan as a business, the rules change totally.
Oh, it's 100% different. You can't just walk in
Oh
and
my
say, I want,
goodness.
yeah, you're right. Yep.
Right. So I'm just saying that would be. I mean, there's so much like you said. So I'm just agreeing with you, I guess, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to wrap up.
I
That
see.
it'd be nice if they take and send questions in prior to, so that I can forward them on to you, Nick, so that
So we can, put it
Yeah.
in.
Okay, let's go with open doors are for businesses. The average consumer is like,
Hmm?
you don't have any open doors. Not really, not as much. The bigger your business is, the more the doors open. Let's go with
No.
that.
That's not necessarily true either.
But it's close, Nick. It's close.
no, because a lot of people don't realize a lot
You
of
guys,
it depends
you
on
guys
the health
think this.
of your
But
business.
how many loans have you guys applied for?
1 minute left.
Not many businesses have to apply
You
for
and
loans unless
Nick,
they're
how many
growing.
loans have you guys applied for?
My husband's been in banking for a little while, so I kind of go to a small community bank. They're going to
No answer. Did you guys hear that? No answer. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys. It's
I-
nothing personal. It's
No,
just
hold on. Brad, go ahead. I know you want to say something.
Brad, are you gonna let us know how it goes? Okay.
No, I'm in the process of renewing my credit lines.
Very interesting. Now I'm interested.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Business
You'll
is a good
find out in 2 weeks from now. But for now, Brad, say bye.
Okay.
We gotta
All
go.
right, you guys.
Bye, everyone. See you in 2 weeks. I'll be out next week having fun on the golf course. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Great seeing you all today. Next week, I'm going to be over at the Michigan State Numismatic Society 68th annual fall convention over in Warren, Michigan. Hope to see, if you're in the neighborhood, hope to see you there.
Well, travel safe, you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, I just want to thank Robert, which nobody ever does, for having us on his podcast and for letting me blah blah blah. Thank you guys for everything, and I'll see y'all later. Come back.
Bye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the presentation today. I'll see you next week.
Okay, everybody. Thank you, B. I appreciate that compliment. However, you know what? Point off is for you guys. I mean, the panel, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy all the people out there. If you want to be on the panel, as Florlina said, she put in an email address. Let us know. We would love to get other people on the podcast, get your opinion, know what you like to take and collect. We love it. Tomorrow, I will have a sale right here on YouTube Coin Up at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we hope to see you then.
Hey, Robert, Ronald Harris has a very good point at 5:01.
Of who?
2 weeks from now is Thanksgiving.
Oh,
We won't be on.
okay. We'll go 3
3
weeks. Then. Thank you. Yes, thank you, freaking awesome. Or whoever that was. Ronald. Okay,
Ronald.
thank you, Ronald. We will take it. Yeah, okay. 3 weeks from now, then we'll do it on banking. So, hey, that gives us all a week off because on Thanksgiving, yes, I'm not going to do nothing Thanksgiving. I haven't decided how long I want. So, but either way, sounds good. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Thank you. So, okay. But I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hey, guys, like you know, I always like to say, if you happen to be looking at coins between now and then, happy hunting. Good night, all.